immigrating to Canada without express entry. In this video, we would briefly discuss an option of going to Canada, immigrating to our country without express entry profile. Well, of course, many of you, when it comes down to immigration to Canada, are considering express entry pathway, right? You are considering applying through either Federal Skilled Worker Program, Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Trades, but bottom line, you are still going down the pathway, this wide, this mass pathway of express entry. But what if you do not qualify to apply for express entry? Does it really mean that you should not be able to immigrate to Canada? The answer is no. There are several possibilities of immigrating to Canada without having express entry profile. We're not discussing here application for refugee. We're not discussing here humanitarian and compassionate grounds. We're not really touching the base of self-employed immigration rates, simply because we have discussed it in other videos as well. We're not discussing here different aspects of business immigration, and we're not talking about Quebec. But what you have left as a skilled professional, you have federal programs, you have pilot programs. For example, Northern and Rural Territories pilot, you got Atlantic pilot. They're still regulated by federal government, of course, with the consultation with the provinces, but still you are able to apply there, and it's not a competitive program per se. In other words, you are not competing with your points and scores against other candidates, right? So you are able to apply for immigration provided that you meet all of the requirements of the program, and you could expect that if all of these requirements are met, you're able to immigrate to Canada afterwards. And there are, of course, provincial programs which would allow you to immigrate to Canada without having express entry profile, namely Saskatchewan. There are programs in British Columbia which would allow you to apply for BCP&P support and then applying to federal government on paper. There are programs in Manitoba, for example, and we could continue the list, though it would not be as comprehensive and as inclusive, if you will, for as it comes down to provincial nominee programs working together with express entry. But still, this list is quite long, and there are possibilities to apply for provincial programs as well. Many of these programs would either require you to have a connection with the province or a job offer, but it's still pretty doable in most of the cases, provided that you put a lot of efforts in there. If you would need our assistance to look at your case comprehensively to assess all of your chances for immigration to Canada, click on the link cictv.ca/go. One of our specialists would be in direct contact with you, looking forward to help you with immigration to Canada. Stay tuned with us, subscribe for the channel.